You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Molly really needing Cody and Ava stunned by the attack. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we've got predictions for Cody and Molly, for Rick and Liz, for Lucas and Marco, for Josslyn, and also for Ava. And if you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's get into it with our very first prediction. Cody comforts Molly and it turns to sparks, maybe. So on Monday, Molly gets devastating news. Now, setting the line for that all to happen, we have Christina cutting the brake lines on Rick Lansing's SUV. And in the last moments of Friday's episode, there was the crash, and Liz and Rick are seriously injured in an accident, and that is an accident that is caused directly by Molly's sister. So on Monday, when Molly gets devastating news, it looks like that she is with Cody. They are over at Charlie's, and she's teasing him about the last time he was there when he punched Lucky and got arrested. And it seems like Molly may still be with Cody when she gets this awful news about her dad, Rick, life and death stuff. And of course, we've seen Molly and Cody in each other's orbits more and more lately, and they definitely are chemistry testing them as a potential romantic pairing, and that may heat up this week. Since Cody knows Molly's dad and even gave Rick that good advice about making nice and, being peaceful with Alexis so that it didn't stress out Molly, then he's going to be part of this. Monday, spoilers, have paramedics at the crash site trying to get Rick and Liz out of the car. And Rick is unconscious and bleeding profusely from a head wound as Kristina looks on in horror because it was supposed to be Ava's car that she tampered with, and she's just done something horrible. Cody is likely going to be there to comfort Molly, and if she tears into Kristina for nearly killing her dad, well, Cody may be there for that too, and we may be seeing a kiss this week. Our second prediction, Rick and Liz survive, but there are serious injuries to one or both of them. So that Friday car crash scene is going to replay on Monday. And then, of course, Molly gets the call. Kristina was already on the phone with Lucky, and everything is just a mess. Paramedics and EMTs are at the crash site. Kristina was, in her car and nearby, the EMTs trying to get Rick out. He's got this serious bleeding head wound. Liz likely also has some injuries. We'll see how grievous they are. And Kristina did this to her sister Molly's father and also to Lucky's first love. The good news is I doubt either Rick or Liz will die, and Lucky does show up to the accident scene and EMT's trying to block him, but he probably won't let him. Kristina admits to Lucky she made a big mistake, and he, of course, is frantic over Liz's injuries, and Elizabeth and Rick may wind up in critical condition fighting for their lives at GH, even though they will both survive the crash. Kristina just caused another huge mess, and when the truth comes out that she's the one that cuts Rick's brake lines, no matter who she was targeting, I think he's going to make it his life's mission to throw Kristina in prison, especially because she hurt Elizabeth. This fallout from this car wreck and Kristina's sabotage is going to be epic, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. Our third prediction, Mystery Man Marco comes to Port Charles. So we already had Lucas talking about his one night with the hot guy Marco with Maxie, and I think he talked to Liz about it as well. But this coming week on Wednesday, Maxie starts pushing Lucas about something, and it may be about reaching out to this guy, Marco. Of course, Maxie thinks it's great. She thinks Lucas should pursue Marco. Maxie not only wants Lucas to get back in the dating game and have some romance in his life, but she doesn't want Brad to be the person filling that void. So Maxie may pressure Lucas to call or text Marco and ask when he can see him again. Obviously, we're going to see mysterious Marco in Port Charles before too long. On Thursday, Carly has some questions for Lucas. They may also be about the new guy. So Marco is Natalia's son, from what we understand, and Port Charles is a small town, so that should be an interesting overlap. And of course, being Natalia's son may also mean he's Sidwell's son, which I have heard he is, but we'll see. Our fourth prediction, Joss is officially made a WSB agent this week. So we've seen Joss doing her very quick WSB training. It's like the community college version of WSB training. You get that certification in 3 weeks or less, like being a dental hygienist or whatever the really quick ones are you can get. Anyway, you'd think being a spy would take a little more than a few gym sessions with a hot guy, but this is what Brennan assigned Josselyn to, and her training's over soon, and she's back to Port Charles. On Thursday, General Hospital spoilers say Josselyn is suspicious, and it might be about something to do with the WSB or her handler, Vaughn, who is very hunky, but she knows nothing about him. And obviously, Joss's WSB storyline is a ticking time bomb, because when Carly finds out that Jack recruited her daughter, he will not know what hit him, but what hit him will be Carly, and she obviously will find out. So on Friday, Josselyn learns her fate, so this likely means she finds out if she's made it into the WSB or not. And after all the training and the lies that she has to tell, I think it's pretty doubtful that failure is an option. All right, our fifth and final prediction. Ava is going to learn a shocking truth, and that is that Kristina tried to kill her. So Monday, spoilers have Kristina at the site of the car crash, and initially, Ava might just think Rick swerved, a deer ran into the road, poor lighting, just, a complete accident that led to the crash. EMTs are on the scene, Lucky's frantic, and Liz and Rick are sped over to General Hospital, her with some injuries and Rick with what looks like much more serious injuries, a possible traumatic brain injury. In fact, his skull is cracked open. And by Friday, spoilers say Ava gets shocking intel. So waiting to see if there were security cameras in the garage that caught Kristina on tape tampering with Rick's car. I'm sure they'll start out thinking, oh, this is just a car accident. And if Rick and Liz are both unconscious, they won't be able to tell the police that the brakes weren't working, but the cops are obviously going to check out the accident and the vehicle, and they're going to quickly see that the brake line was slashed, and Ava may find out that her car was the intended target because the sabotage happened in her garage on a vehicle that is, taking up her space. So it's not going to be hard to draw a line from A to B. Kristina wasn't paying attention to what car she sabotaged. I really hope there was a camera in there. Not because Ava doesn't deserve, a little karma for some of the things she's done, but Kristina's bat crap crazy right now, needs a timeout. So Ava may hear from the police that Kristina was caught on film sabotaging Rick's vehicle. Lucky may, spill the beans because Kristina is opening up to him. And of course, once Ava finds out, she's going to want to press charges to the full extent of the law. She'll want Kristina arrested. This is going to make a huge mess for her parents, Alexis and Sonny, both of which who have been giving Ava a hard time about her financial distress. And once Ava knows what Kristina is done, she's going to have Sonny, Alexis, and Kristina over a barrel. And she may just push Molly to throw the book at her sister, and she may want to because Kristina hurt her dad, Rick. And, this isn't the first life that's been lost for Molly because Kristina has poor impulse control. That's how the baby her surrogate was carrying died too. So,
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.